Hello friends, welcome to Selenium WebDriver Training Session 37. This is Haradhan once again as usual. Today in this session I will discuss how we can handle static web table in Selenium WebDriver. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing and Java, please like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification as and when I will upload any new videos. Do not forget to provide your valuable comment for any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next videos. So first you need to understand what is web table. Web table is sometimes called as data tables, which is often used in scenario where user need to display the information in tabular format. The data being displayed can be either static or dynamic in nature. So there will be some row and column combination and some error will be there. And sometimes data can be fixed, sometimes data can be volatile. Okay. Suppose I am giving a simple example. Suppose the say like country, sorry, in our country, right, there will be some state, right, and for state there will be some languages. Okay, primary languages, and some capital will be there, and some state id will be there. Okay, so state information will be in the row wise, and that i mean uh, like state id, state name, state capital, and your state language will be in column id, right? Because state language and state name and capital will not change much. Okay, so it can be static. Okay, and whenever we are talking about dynamics, say suppose employee details, right? Employee details. Okay, so every day some employee can add it to a company and some employee can resign, right? So every day employee records can be increased or decreased, and obviously employee history, employee details, like the name, employee id, employee address, phone number will obviously getting changed due to the employee addition and deletion. So every day employee details will be getting changed. So employment details for an employer can be dynamic in nature. Okay, web table in Selenium is a web element just like any other popular web element like text box, radio button, checkbox, drop down menu, etc. Web table and its contents can be accessed by using web element function along with locator to identify the element, rows and column on which the operation need to be performed. Okay, a table consists of rows and column. The table created for a web page is called a web element. Okay, these are the important tags should be associated for tables. First will be table, right? Then th or table body can be there. Sometimes table header cannot be there. So t body, table body will be there, right? And then tr defines the row in the table and td defines the column in the table. Okay, there are two types of tables available. The one is the static web tables. The information is static in nature. I already given the example like state details, right? So it will not change much. And dynamic details, whenever every day, every minutes, every single hours, employment details can be changed. So it will be dynamic in nature. So that is called dynamic web table. The employment details, sales report, right? Because sales report every minute, every second will get changed, right? Whenever from any store is operating, right? So every minute there will be some sale, some return can be there. Okay, so every minute, every second, sale reports can be dynamics. Okay, so I will giving you a simple example how we can handle. Okay, so here I have created a class handle static web tables. Okay, I am setting the properties for the Chrome drivers. I am instantly setting the drivers. Okay, and I am maximizing it by passing the URL, right? So here I have opened the URL. Okay, here you can see some rows and column is there, right? Okay, this is the rows and this is the column. Okay, this is the column. Okay, so if you want to get a particular row value, how can you get it, right? So for that you have to first identify the element, right? So what is the syntax for tables syntax, then th or table body, and tr is the row and table td is the table column, right? So let's press F12 button here. Okay, you have to create your own XPath, right? If you select whole tables, right? Okay, you can see if you select whole tables, If you expand it, you can see some table information is coming, right? So if you press Ctrl F here and give table, right, you can see only one table is getting coming. Under the tables, if you expand it, there will be some th table header or table body. Okay, you need to give the table body, the body. Okay, still it is displayed. You need to expand it again, right? You can see tr table row is coming here. Number of row is 2, right? You can see 2 row is coming. So if you want to select the first row data, so you have to give tr1 slash tr1. So it will be fast. So you can see first row is getting selected, right? Now if you expand it, so you can see td is coming, right? Slash td. So obviously, and if you can see 2 record is coming. So if you want to select the first row, right, that is the syntax, right? You can see one of one display object is getting displayed, right? So you can inspect the element through that particular path, right? Whatever you have created. So driver dot find element by dot xpath. Okay, that is the xpath I am creating, right? And if you want to store the value of that element, so you need to define a string variable. Okay, string first element. Okay, equal to, and here you need to use the get text, right? Dot get text, because it is a text value, right? So that's why you can, sorry, here. Okay, it will be first element, because the starting with the numeric part will not allow. Now if you want to print that value, you just simply print it. Let's see whether it is working or not, right? So trtd1 is highlighting the first cell, right? So the value is first cell. Okay, so that value should be displayed in my output in the consoles. Okay, so first I am identifying the element, then I want to get text. I am storing in the string variables, and variable name is first text, then I am printing it out. So it is opening. Let's go to the consoles. You can see first cell is getting displayed, right? So here if some link is there, right, you can click it after identifying it. But here is a text, right, which is not clickable. So obviously I can get the text. If it is link, if you can, I mean, after identification you can press the enter, right? You can dot perform click operation. So obviously that element will be clicked. Okay, now similarly if you want to get the fourth element, right? So fourth element is table 2, row number 2, and column number will be 2. That will be the fourth element, right? So that's why you can create your own XPath, right? You can see. So I can give table 2 and column 2, right? So what will be my output? Output will be, right, fourth cell. Okay, it will be fourth element. So I'm not changing the name, let's say, but it will be fourth element. So it is launching the Chrome browsers. It is maximizing, passing the URL, and then it will take the text displayed in the fourth cell, right? Row 2 column 2, that means fourth cell. That is the output, right? You can see output is coming, right? I can change it to fourth cell. Okay, now let's enter some loop. If fourth element dot equals, okay, and here I can give the value, right? That value should match exactly. here. Okay, so what happens? SO I can get value got matched, cell value match. Okay, or else the condition is that cell value not matched. Okay, now here I have given fourth cell, so let's see whether it is matching or not. Let's go to the console, cell value match, you can see. Okay, now if you change it to table 1 and row 1, so what will happen? Table 1 and sorry, tier 1 and td2, so it will be second, right? It should not match, right? So the fourth cell value, it should be second cell, right? So it will be not match, it will fail, right? You can display the else loop is getting triggered here. So it will be second cell, right? And obviously discuss will be failed, so it will be displayed cell value not matched. Okay, second cell and cell value not matched. Okay, so that's way, I mean, in case any of the tables where web tables value is static in nature and its text value, you can get the text, you can validate the text. Okay, you can get the text for each and every rows and column. Okay, by giving the tr and td combination. Okay, now if you want to get the row, how many rows is there right here? So here you can see, if you give that particular tag only, you can see the rows is getting displayed, right? So here it is, first row is getting like that. You can see two rows is being displayed, right? Row 1 and 2, so obviously two rows will be there, so I can get the row using that particular XPath, right? So it is one row and it is another row, so two row is being displayed. You can see one, two out of two or one out of two is value is being displayed. So that is the XPath I should take for getting the row values. Okay, so here you need to define an integer. Suppose I am integer is row driver dot find element by dot XPath. We need to give that XPath. Okay, and here you need to get the size, right? Dot size, so that it will give you the exact size of the row. Dot size, get size. Driver dot find element dot size. Okay, so here size is not coming, so obviously it will be find elements. Okay, not the single element, right? Because it's row wise coming. Okay, multiple element is coming whenever you are, right, using that. You can see one out of two, two out of two, so you need to remember that whenever if you want to get the rows and count details, you have to use the find elements, not the element, right? If you press, you can see right now, if you press dot size will be coming, right? You can see, you can get the size because it will be more than once, right? And you have to print it out. Okay, let's run the code and let's see what is happening. So you launch the browsers. After that, it will give you the row count, right? Close the browser. You see the row count is coming as 2. Okay, because my row count here is 2, 1 and 2, right? Now, if you go and want to get the column count, right? So how you can get it? First, here you need to give any row reference. It can be 1 or 2 like that, right? You can see one row is getting selected. Now, if you press TD here, you can see 1 or 2 column is coming. That is the first column, and then you name the second column. Okay, because obviously for every row the column count will be same, right? So it's 2 is being displayed. So that's the XPath you have to use it, right? So here same way you need to change it, the XPath name, and here you need to change it the count, sorry, column, and here you can also need to change it to column. Okay, that will give you the column name. But here if you want to give something, total column in the table is, and you can give the plus sign simply. Okay, so it will give you the total number of column in the tables. Okay, so whenever you are only want to get the table, so you will table tr only, and whenever it will want to get the column, so tr any tr number slash td, that is the XPath you need to use, and find elements obviously. Okay, so after launching it, it will give you the total number of columns available in the web table. It will be obviously 2, right? You can see total number of column in the web table is 2. Okay, so that's why you can get the number of columns and row in the tables. Okay, okay. Then if you want to print all the value in a single shot, all the rows and column value, so how can you do it? So here first you need to identify the table. Okay, so you need to create a web element, element table. So here you need to give the reference of the table. Okay, driver dot find element, it will be element by dot XPath. Okay, here you need to create the XPath for the table, whole tables. Okay, so how can you create it? You need to give the table and body, right? You can see all the table is getting selected. Okay, so whole table is getting selected, that's why you can create the XPath for whole tables. Okay, so I am storing some web element which is the table. Okay, you need to import the web element class from the varg.openq.selenium. Okay, then you need to write use and list interface, and you need to get all the row which will be by tag name, because tag name for the row is tr, right? Okay, and you need to use find elements with the reference of the table web element. Okay, so you need to get list interface and web element class, and here I can give suppose rows equal to driver dot find elements here by dot tag name. Will be tag name, will tag name is tr, right? You can see here the tag name is tr for table, right? Okay, and you need to import the list interface from java.util package, not the java.awt. Okay, then and you need to give the reference here. Okay, not the driver one, you need to give the reference. Okay, okay, tables dot find element, not the driver, it will be table reference you have to given. Okay, then you need to use some simple for loop, right? not simple, I mean for each loop or advanced for loop. For you need to here you need to define some new variables, right? I need wave element, I need to define some new variable. Wave element, suppose I want defining variables row, and you need to give the previous variables, right? Rows and rows, need to second bracket, and here you need to again use an for list, right? Where you need to store all the cells value, because for every row there will be some columns, okay, or maybe cells. So here I will be again using an list. So you can use that list. So here I want to give some different, suppose cells, and it will be reference will be row, okay, that particular rows, that will be reference. New reference is that row, because cells will be based on the rows, right? Dot find element and tag name. Here what will be tag name? Because for columns tag name is td, so it will be starting with td, right? So first I am storing in a wave element that particular whole tables, right? Then I am storing the rows value, right, for which tag name is starting with tr. Then I am using an enhance for loop where I am, right, storing everything in the new variable which is row, and through row variables I want to get the cells value, which is I am storing in the cells variable in the list interface, right, with the tag name is, sorry, here not dr, it's td, okay. Then here again I have to use some enhance for loop again, right? I need to give here wave element that cells, I can use new, what is cell, and here I need to cells previous variable, okay. And I need to print every value, okay. I need to give some bracket and I need to print it. Here if you print it you will not get the correct value, because it is a text value, right? You need to use get text, okay. So that's line of code you have to write. First you need to get the XPath for whole web tables, okay. How can we get it? You need to get, right, only you have to tables and t-body, or so first you need to get the XPath for the whole tables. Then you have to use some wave element in the list. You need to declare some variables, and with the help of table reference you need to you pass the tags, right, tr, that is the table rows, and you need to use the find elements methods, right? Once you are storing everything, all the rows value, right, and you need to use for loops. So for every row you need to store the cells, right? So which you can take the reference from that row, and obviously you need to use the tag name as td, because the row and column tag name is starting with td. Then after that, once every and row, for every row and there will be every column value, and you can use another for loop. So there will be two for loop, okay, two elements for loop. One is like row wise and one is the column wise. So for every row and column combinations I can get the cell value and I can get the text. So if you run it, let's see what is happening. Because obviously it's two-dimensional matrix, right? You have to use two for loop, inner and outer, right? Outer was the row wise and inner was the column wise. So for every row there will be some column. First row, first column, second row, second column, first row, second column, and second row, second column, like that. So here you can see there all the values coming, right? First cell, second cell, it will be, right? First tier 1, td1, tier 1, td2, right? Row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 2, column 1, and row 2, column 2. That's why it will be displayed here. Okay, because here outer for loop it is row wise, right? So obviously row will be there, row 1 then column 1, and for row 1 again it will be column 2. Okay, that's the reason second cell. And in the inner loop it is the column wise or cell wise. Okay, so that's why you can display all the tables value including header if it's available. Okay, so here I already mentioned the tag name will be tables, and then the header, table header or table body, tr table rows, and td is the table column. Two type of table is available, one is static and one is dynamic web table. Where static, like your table information will be static in nature, whereas dynamic, your row will be, your header can be, constant in nature, but your data will be very dynamic. It can be changed every second, every minute, or every day. Okay, so you can get, you can highlight, you can inspect a particular row or column data. If it is link, you can click it. If it is text, you can get the data. You can get the row count and column count of the tables, and you can, for all the and row and columns, you can print all the values one by one. So that of the different operation can be performed for the static web table. So for the dynamic web tables, where everything will be dynamic in nature, all the records will be varied every time, every minute, every single seconds, even sometimes, just like the sales report, right? So I will create a separate session, and where I will be elaborately mention how we can handle the dynamic web table using the Selenium WebDriver. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.